1. Upright column installation. Pay attention to the corresponding hole position. Use hexagon socket head screws to align the screw holes diagonally to lock. Use countersunk head Phillips screws to align the screw holes to lock. Install the remaining uprights in the same way. 2. Top mount. Use wood self-tagging screws to lock the fan cover and exhaust fan. Pay attention to the direction of the air inlet and outlet of the exhaust fan. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the transformer. Connect the corresponding connector of the exhaust fan. Pass the wires with different connectors through the cable hole. The light connecting wire is passed through the lamp hole and the other one is connected to the transformer. After connecting, arrange the wires and cover the wire box cover. Slowly push the bottom of the installed column down. Then align it with the top corner of the installed. Also use socket head cap screws and Phillips countersunk head screw to lock the hole position. 3. Sideboard, power supply, sound absorbing cotton installation. Erect the frame. Top lights can be installed last. This is more convenient to install glass and wood. The 2. Put the left outer wooden board into the overall frame. Note there is no power box port on the left outer board. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the outer board. Note you need to press the board and then screw it to make the board fit better. Push the left inner board in. Note that the inner board on the left has no power socket and network port. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the inner board. After installing the inner board, use the nail gun to nail the sound absorbing cotton tightly. The muzzle of the nail gun is flush with the sound absorbing cotton so that the nails will not be out and tight. Push the right outer plank in. Note the right outer board has a cable port and a power box port. The wire needs to be placed on the inside of the board through the wire opening of the outer board. Use the same large flat head Phillips screw as the left board to lock. Note you need to press the board and then screw it to make the board fit better. Pass the power box through the lower power box opening. Use large flat head self-tagging Phillips screws. Put in the inner board and use a screwdriver or other tool to pry off the panel cover. Pass the switch, power supply, and network cable port through the socket bracket in turn. Note if you can't wear it, please try different angles. After arranging the wires, use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the board. After passing the switch, socket, and network port through the sound absorbing cotton, use a nail gun to fasten the sound absorbing cotton. Use Phillips countersunk head screws to lock after the switch, power supply, network cable port panel. Close the panel cover. Use wood self-tagging screws to lock the air filter. 4. Rear glass installation. There are a total of 4 rear glass pressure tubes, too long and too short. 2 people lift one side of the rear glass. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the glass pressure tube. Note, tighten the screw after pressing the tube tightly. Install the other side rear glass. Also use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the glass pressure tube. Note, tighten the screw after pressing the tube tightly. Install the glass strip between the 2 pieces of glass. Finally, install the upper and lower glass pressure pipes. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the upper and lower glass pressure tubes. Note, tighten the screw after pressing the tube tightly. 5. Front glass installation. There are a total of 4 front glass door stops and a total of 2 front glass pressure pipes. There are 6-inch screw holes on the right side stop of the door for door installation. Note that the direction of the hole is towards the left. Use countersunk head Phillips screws to lock the stop bar. 2 people cooperate to install the front side glass. Pay attention to the direction of the decal surface. Front side glass left pressure tube. Use large flat head Phillips screw to lock the pressure tube. Also use large flat head Phillips screw to lock the pressure tube. Note while locking the screw, press the tube to make it fit better. Use large flat head Phillips screw to lock the pressure tube. Note while locking the screw, press the tube to make it fit better. Use large flat head Phillips screw to lock the lower pressure tube. Note when locking the screw, press the tube to make it fit better. Use large flat head Phillips screws to lock the upper pressure tube. Note when locking the screw, press the tube to make it fit better. 6. Door installation. The hinge uses a hexagonal tool to remove the cover and 2 hexagonal screws inside. Take out a piece of gasket and install it in positive and negative directions. If the decal is inside, the hinge cover is installed inside. Put the hinge right angle line neatly and tighten the screws. Finally, tighten the hinge cover. 2 people work together to install the door glass. With the help of glass suction cups, one person lifts the glass slightly, while the other uses Phillips countersunk head screws can lock the hinge. Follow the video steps for removal and installation, and the direction and placement sequence of gaskets. Install the 2 nut strips. Note the orientation of the striped surface. The purpose is to increase friction so that the lock is not easy to slip. In order to prevent the lock from being crooked, 2 people need to cooperate to install the lock. One person centralizes the lock, and the other person locks the screw. Door installation is complete. 7. Lamps, carpets, final inspection. After connecting the light wires, put them in a suitable position, and one person assists the installation. Use self-tagging wood screws to lock and cover the lampshade. The carpet can be unfolded and aligned. Connect the power supply. Check the lighting, whether there is any problem with the fresh air.